I'm fairly sure that I'm going to be triggering a lot of people with this video, but I do want to make it anyway. So we're going to talk about why communities are the reason you're failing. So if you're still in a trading community, you're still buying courses, whatever, it might be the exact reason why you're struggling. We're going to talk about that because it does not make sense, but it will after this video. So make sure to stick to the end if you want to find out how to manage communities and how to actually achieve something positive from a community rather than letting it affect you negatively. So a trading community in general has a chat, perfectly fine, a group chat. And you have maybe a live call session in which a mentor or a coach is organizing live sessions. And then you'll have a trading channel. This is where the issue is. And I think I've mentioned it before in some of my videos, but we're going to talk about it. And I'm fairly sure that 99% of traders who are in a community can relate to this. So what happens if a community is not managed properly? If it is not managed the way it should be managed, in my opinion, you'll have, and this is actually pulled out right of a community, so this is not me making this up, but I see this all the time. Trader A will have doubts about his setup. He'll ask, what do you think of this setup? And we'll ask that in the trading group chat where there's maybe 200 other traders. Then Trader B says, I would take neither of those because none of them lands on the imbalance. So Trader B is trying to help out Trader A. Obviously, Trader B means well. He just wants to say what he would or wouldn't do. The issue with that is, and the problem with that is, Trader A is a completely different person. Trader A has no idea what kind of person Trader B is. Like I said, Trader B might trade differently. Trader A doesn't base his decisions on his own data, but he's basing it on someone else's opinion. He's going to let that opinion affect him, and that ultimately leads to confusion. And at the end of the day, both of these traders are unprofitable. So essentially, you're getting advice from someone who is not at the level where you want to be. You become who you surround yourself with. If you're taking advice from traders who are unprofitable, then you won't magically become profitable because it's not like their opinions are holy. Even if they are profitable, getting an opinion from two traders that are both profitable, then getting a different opinion from two traders that are also profitable, you still have four opinions. Now you have no idea what to do because they all look at the markets differently. That's the issue with trading communities. It is filled with thousands of traders and a lot of them are not profitable. They don't know if the advice that they're given actually works. They've seen it maybe happen 5 or 10 times, and that's the issue with communities. Personally, I think advice on trades or anything for that matter should be given by the coach and should be based on data, not opinions, not feelings. If you're going to give someone advice, this is just as well if there's any mentors out there watching this, please take this into consideration too. If you ever give someone advice, do not base it on your opinion. Do not base it on feelings or the way you feel the market might move. Base it on the fact that you know that with the data that you've collected, that's something that you need to take into account. So only base stuff on data. That's what I would like to say. Now, this leads to a lot of confusion, like I said, because Trader B will look at the chart with much more detail. So Trader A thinks that he needs to do this too. I'm going to go back to this right here. Trader B said, I wouldn't take that because of X, Y, and Z. Now Trader A thinks that he needs to look at X, Y, and Z too. And if he doesn't, he simply needs to learn more and become better and become as good as Trader B is. That's what he thinks. When in reality, all that Trader A needs to do is simplify his edge and collect data on it and let that edge play out in the long run. Now, a lot of people don't do that, but still. So after saying all of this, you might be left with the question, so can a community actually do something beneficial? Can it be good for you? Yes, because a community can be detrimental, but it can also be the breakthrough that you need in trading. The issue is most communities are not managed properly. And I'm not here to pitch my own community and talk about why mine is better. In fact, if you feel like it's not worth it, or if you feel like it's not going to help you, then by all means don't join. I mean, community has to be something that you're willing to go all in on. But can it be good for you? So only if it's managed properly. Like I said, answers, in my opinion, should only be given by qualified people, coaches, people who have proven consistency, people who have a lot of data. The community should be trading the same way to avoid FOMO or confusion. What do I mean by that? Let's take an example right here. Let's say that Trader A is trading on the 4-hour time frame with a, let's say he doesn't look at imbalances. So he does not look at imbalances. Going to name that FEG. Now trader B is also in that community, but he's trading on the 5-minute and he's very heavily relying on FEGs. So the issue right now is that if trader B takes a few losses, then he's going to think that he needs to switch to trader A because trader A just took a couple of wins. That's one of the biggest issues in communities. Once they get too big, and if they're not managed properly, you're going to get people trading different strategies. You're going to think that if you're taking a few losses, that it's you. You're the problem, and you've got to switch strategies just the way that trader A did. And now you're suddenly a profitable trader. That's one of the issues with trading communities. So it should be trading the same way to avoid FOMO or confusion. The community should focus less on sharing profits, flexing funding certificates, and more on how to properly collect data with each other. Now, like I said, I don't want to pitch you guys into something. I hate doing it, but our community is pretty successful. We do have a really high funding ratio because we focus on private mentoring and managing properly to avoid these traps from happening. Basically, we have a section where students can submit data and only the coaches are allowed to respond to that. Then we have live calls every week in which coaches are backtesting and all the questions are answered by coaches. So there's no confusion from members who mean well but are actually unprofitable. Because a lot of members, they mean extremely well, so don't get me wrong, they all want to help each other out, but the majority of the time they are not profitable, so they're not really qualified to give any advice. It's the same way if you're going to the gym for the first time and you're asking someone who's inexperienced if he could show you how to do an exercise. He might show you how he does it, but it might not be the correct way to do it. So always ask, for example, the personal trainer who's qualified and who knows exactly how to do it. That's kind of my analogy on it. So that's kind of what I want to say. Becoming profitable, in theory, is not that hard, but I genuinely believe that a lot of communities can make it harder for people. And I'm making this video not to promote my own community, but to say that if you're struggling with this, this might be one of the issues. It might not be looking for a new strategy, but it might have something to do with the fact that you're constantly comparing yourself to other traders in different communities, and you're constantly getting an overflow. You're getting bombarded with information and you kind of have no idea what to do. And eventually you know so much about the markets. You think you know it all, but you haven't made a single dollar in years. And in reality, becoming profitable is not that hard. Because essentially you find a simple strategy, simple mechanical strategy. Now, then you start to backtest it. You could optionally opt in for a managed group, a properly managed group with private mentoring or a qualified coach. That's optional. You don't need to do that. It might speed up your process a little bit, but it's not going to magically make you profitable. So never join a community with the intention that you're going to magically become profitable overnight. That's not how it works. You're always going to have to put in the work, no matter which community you join. You backtest at least 100 to 200 trades. Then you analyze those trades and look for a pattern in your wins and losses. See if there's something that you might notice that eliminates a few losses here and there. Then you rinse and repeat until you have a solid edge. Then you start trading with small capital. You study trading psychology. You can do that by studying Mark Douglas, his books, and then you slowly scale up. And most importantly, you avoid the Instagram bullshit and the 90% win rate bullshit. Now, the majority of people, they do this. They don't even find it, or they find this simple strategy. They skip that, they skip that, they skip that, they skip that, and they skip that, and they start scaling up. So they're skipping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. They find a strategy. They hop right into a 200K challenge and they think that they can make it because the strategy for someone else works really well because the strategy has been proven profitable for someone else. So you go from finding that simple strategy to buying a prop account and trying to pass that strategy without any past experience, without understanding the psychology behind trading. And honestly, you'd be surprised how many people don't understand trading psychology properly. A lot of people don't. Then you start trading with small capital. People skip that too. Nobody likes small capital. You want to make money instantly. Well, the thing is, if you're going to waste money on challenges, you might as well just start trading with small capital. Nobody really rinses and repeats. They instantly hop into the strategy on the live market, even though you should be backtesting and demo trading. They don't analyze the trades. A lot of traders, in fact, don't even journal that trades, which is crazy to me. But anyways, but this is basically the roadmap, in my opinion, to become a profitable trader. It's not that hard. You just got to put in the work as well and understand that communities could oftentimes be detrimental for your success. Excuse me if I came a little bit across as if I was ranting. I was trying to get my point across clearly. I thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.